All right, we're live. Today, it's Carl and Derek. Derek, who just pulled runner-up at the World Championship with Montaigne.
Number 2 in the world, baby.
We took a 2-week break, and now we're back because we were exhausted and over it.
Yep.
But
jet lag's real.
we're going to do a couple of games tonight. I'm playing Castile. Tom Sorensen, who is the Grand Admiral of Five Sails, the recent world champion, actually designed this deck, so I'm going to be running it tonight. It's a Castile combat deck, and I'm playing against Derek, who is running something with Montaigne. So I think we're ready to get started in our first game. Who we got? Oh, hey, Tom's here. What's up, Tom? Tom is watching. He can comment on me running his deck badly. Ready for that day one city flop?
Ready for that day 1 city flop?
see it.
Let's do it up.
Over at the docks, we have Chance Meeting.
Goodness.
Forums is Crabs in a Bucket.
Relevant.
Risky Undertaking. That's a triple event.
Oh.
That's a triple event right there. That's actually kind of rough. All right, we got to think about that.
Yeah.
Tom, we didn't talk about what would happen when this happens. I think I know the answer, though. I think we've got to do this. The question is, are you going to do it? All right. Ready for it?
Let's do it.
All right. You got until morale improves. I shifting tides.
Oh, you tides it all the
We're
way.
gonna tides it all the way. I can't have that happen.
Oh, wow. Did not see that
And
coming.
I've got Madre, you've got Horatio, and until morale improves, it's going to be a tough one to counter. So these are going to go away. You're going to place Renown, but then the Renown will go away.
Yeah.
So then we're just going to put a new city card in each location.
Pena.
Per what Shifting Tide says.
Oh, my God.
Pena, Jacinto. Okay, gross.
Professor Chloroform.
Yeah, not great for me. All right. So I've got Madre at home. You've got Horatio at home. Your Until Morale Improves is going to make you the first player.
Somehow.
Yep, and of course we need to add a Renown to 2 different locations. So I put one down first.
Yep.
And my answer is going to be... I think that my answer is going to be putting it over here where the Object of Wonder is.
All right. I will put it on our man Jacinto.
Jacinto. All right. And then I'm going to draw 6 plus 1 because I'm Panache 1. You're going to draw 7 minus 2. You're going to draw 5.
Ooh, it's brutal. This is an extremely risky day 1. I am specifically doing this because Doji requested it of me.
Well, what's that? Open with Horatio and Until Morale Improves?
Correct. Because he was most interested in alternative day 1s for Montaigne because it's sort of a trope that Montaigne always starts with either Max or Leontine and Reputation Merite. And that is...
Predictable.
Yeah, it's very predictable. And I think because of that predictability at the level we are at, like a complete novice wouldn't care one way or another. But someone who's played a few games and sees this day 1 over and over again, they can be deceived because they expect, okay, you're going to put all your money on the forums. Okay, you're going to start with Max. Okay, you're going to start with Reputation Merite. I can plan my day 1 around your very typical day 1. And throwing them for a loop has real value. In addition to, you will see how horrifying this is.
Yeah, making people tap is just very spooky.
Indeed, it is. Ooh, all this is very cool. Or I should have shuffled it a bit better.
Yeah, I have a very interesting hand, and I don't really know what to do with it.
All right. Well,
Tom already has thoughts.
Tom has thoughts. Let's hear those thoughts.
Shadow's here. What's going on, Shadow?
What do we got?
It's your opening.
All right. So,
Opening with 30 initiative.
yep. So, Giacinto is incredibly lethal in ways that are just fantastic. So, he's a 5er. Incredible. I have a sneaking suspicion that you're going to want to go for Giacinto. So I'm going to move Horatio up. The optimal move might be to move Odette up, but yeah.
Let's go ahead and move Celine up to the bazaar.
All right. Let's move Odette. Where to move Odette? Okay. Okay, I'm going to move Odette up to the Grand Bazaar.
I wonder if you're just going to wound Odette.
I might not. It's very hard to say. Also, for the chat, we are enjoying some micheladas made by yours truly.
Tabasco and Corona. Shadow says, how are we both?
We're doing well. I'm a little jet lagged because I just spent some time in New Mexico for a wedding. It was a fantastic time. Everyone there was a delight. The Mexican food was amazing. The Mexican beers were incredible. And I will put in later a picture of a burro in full Mexican outfit who was the tequila burro at the wedding.
I was well until I sat down to this game, and now I'm scared. So I'm doing okay. He had a far more interesting time than I did.
Oh yeah, it was a great time.
I'm like taking my time here because I'm doing this thing called just staring at my cards. And part of
a lot of cards.
Part of me wants to issue that challenge to you, and I think I just got to do it. I'm just going to issue Odette a challenge. I'm going to send 3 at her.
All right, sending 3 at Odette.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see where this goes. This may be a very short game. Because I was really hoping that you would just grab the object of wonder or run away. So, and, you know, there are... Well, I'll just show you. Are there parry outs in the deck? Oh, okay, I could just not today. Not today or a broken time.
Broken time won't do anything for you.
Broken time won't do anything for me, so I guess I have to not today.
Okay.
All right, so Odette takes a boo-boo. She runs away. Engaged.
Yep.
That isn't exactly how I imagined that. I guess I shouldn't say there are no parry outs in this deck. There's exactly one, and by God, I got
it. I did start with Shifting Tides. We had 3 events out.
Yeah.
We had Chance Meeting on the docks, which was not helpful. Crabs in a Bucket, which is not helpful and risky undertaking. And I wanted to be in a position to capitalize on what the city deck sent out. So here we are.
Okay, and That's not what I expected. That's not how I expected things to go at all. I will pass.
I'm going to go ahead and pitch a You Cheated and a Bleed Out, which I hate doing that to get the Object of Wonder, and we're going to equip that to
sweet.
Celine.
All right. Pass.
So here's the deal. I'm up on material right now. You have a wound.
Yep.
I've got 5 cards in hand. How many cards do you have?
I have 5 as well.
I'm in a position here where I'd have to move Madre up to get 1. You're just not going to be able to claim. That's the reality.
Yeah, I cannot claim.
But you might try to find if you didn't move over yet, I don't think you can. So I was thinking about passing and just walking away with a clean board today, because that's got me up on a couple things. But I feel like I'm greedy for that renown, and I don't think that you actually have the means to stop this. So I'm going to move Madre up to the bazaar.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Horatio over here, engaged.
Amazing. It's going to put me in a position where it's going to be challenging to get over there. Man, that would be a crazy move. But I could do it. I don't think it's actually a good move. It's crazy.
Be cray, Carl.
How many cards do you have?
Still 5.
Yeah, see, I just don't want to be in a position where you're up on material. What I'm thinking about doing is claiming React Celine, move to the forums, and pay full price for Jacinto.
Oh, wow. That would be pretty hot, not going to lie.
It would be pretty hot. I'd just be paying full price for it.
That's pretty sexy, not going to lie.
Yeah. Here's what I'll do. I will at least... can't hurt to do this. I'm going to claim it.
Yeah.
So I've claimed the Bazaar, and then I'll Selene react and move over here and think about it.
Think about it? Okay. I'm going to pitch a full art Cavalier hat and grab my man Pena. Hey there, Pena. He always gets his $1. Dollar bills, y'all. You having a lunch. And that is my action.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to drop 5 cards.
5 cards for our man
cards.
Giacinto.
Yeah, and maybe this is a bad move, but I'm going to drop Night of Drinking, Unsanctioned Duel, Gold or Steel, Roll the Bones, and Siesta. And I'm going to grab Giacinto on my team.
Wow. Alarmingly hot. All right. I am going to pitch Master of the Elarusa Island Quick Reflexes to Cavalier Hat, my man Horatio.
How many cards do you have left in hand?
One.
One. All right. So
One-zo.
My other concern is that you're going to Pena over and then challenge me with a challenge from hand, like a Legendary Reputation, but you don't have enough money.
I don't have enough money.
Which means I feel very safe claiming the Forums.
All right. I will pass.
All right. I'm going to pass as well, so I'll take my
Bucks
2
on
Plunder.
Suns.
We've got a couple updates to do on the board here. First of all,
Yeah, that.
Odette take a wound.
Yeah. I've really carefully managed the RPT of this deck so that maybe Odette could go toe-to-toe with Selene and come out on top, and just you might just say, okay, I'll just take the wound to stop because I'm only 1 or 2 wounds away. But that didn't happen.
Tom is chastising me in the chat. He says, Shifting Tides means you lose initiative to have 3 Influence Odette. So if we get 1 Merc flop, we cede it to Odette. He's right. They want it. I likely would have gone with Forums, just taking the +1 card Selene Challenge. Selene Challenge was brave. Thank you. I am brave. It turned out better than possible pass. Yeah, I think that accidentally worked out in my favor. All right, everybody comes home. That was through no fault of mine that it went well. Did you forget a trigger?
No, I forgot to use Until Morale Improves to move over, stand up Horatio, and then Violence.
Yeah, that was a glaring thing.
That was a really glaring flaw.
Yeah.
Number 2 in the world.
No, I would have Giacinto'd him away.
No, that's
maybe.
the thing. I would have moved him over here and killed Madre.
Oh, he only moves you to an adjacent location.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it wouldn't have mattered. I would have forced it out of you, but then again, I would have taken a wound.
All right, let's get our day 2 counter up here. It's day 2.
In that case, it doesn't matter. I'm good at this game.
Well, Burnished Cuirass at the docks, Eager Blade at the Forums, and Kala and Adelheid over at the Bazaar. That's interesting. That opens up some options for me here. And I don't have any cards in hand. You've got 1 card in hand, huh?
1 card in hand.
All right. Well, who am I going to bring in?
Eager Blade, that's not going away. Kala and Adelheid, very cool.
Oh, right now.
Okay. This is tough.
I feel like that's the play.
Actually, and yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. What?
All right, I've got Maya de la Rioja and Castilian Caper.
Oh, you got me.
Anghos and I beat you on that.
Yeah, it beat me good.
Fastest scheme in the game, Castilian
Fastest
Caper.
scheme in the game. I should have anticipated it.
I'm also pulling my cards out of sleeves, which I didn't do previously.
Yep.
Make it easy on the stream, right?
Yeah.
A little less reflection. All right. Oh, that's not what I meant to pull out.
So the Grammar Tornagos and Midnight
Here we
Shaman.
go. I don't have. I just pulled out a magic card on stream because I don't have a Tooth and Claw yet. All right.
All right.
I think a lot of people who bought it are going to get it before me, and I'm not complaining about that. That's just kind of funny. So 93. I'm going to add 1 renown to 2 different locations with no renown.
All right.
And then where are you putting renown?
At the
Docks and the Bazaar.
Then add a city card to the docks.
So here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I am in a tough spot here. I'm going to put 1 here, and I'm going to put 1 here with Colin Adelheid.
All right. I must place those there.
All right, so we've got 2 on the Bazaar.
We got a city card.
Yep. Ooh, the Del Jones Bones.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and draw some cards. Drawing 6.
Mm-hmm.
And you're drawing 7.
I sure am.
So you're going to be at 8. I'm at 6 currently. I wonder if that Jacinto is going to be worth it.
It might maybe just.
So I got the opening here.
You do indeed.
Thing is, I don't totally know what you're going to go for.
No one does. No one could ever know.
I've got some cool... So, we got 2 choices here. I could go over here and try to snag this Eager Blade to be able to put pressure on Odette. If I don't do that, I'm pretty sure that Odette's going to roll up to Colin Adelheid's location, and when you recruit Colin Adelheid, you can move them and destroy somebody's toy.
I might.
So, if I pick up the Eager Blade, it could just it's destroyed, shows up at the Bazaar, you can pick it up. So I think I'm stuck in a position where I'm going to have to read this card more clearly. Reaction after you recruit Colin Adelheid. Choose 1. Either shuffle your deck, search your deck for an attachment, reveal it, and add it to your hand. I can have them make me a cat if I want them to make me a Mista.
Nice.
Or move them to any location, destroy target attachment equipped to your opposing character. It's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to move Madre up to the Bazaar where we have Colin Adelheid currently. That's my opening move.
All right, I will double check on Allied. All right. I'm going to throw double check. That would be really funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of toys that dropped on the board.
Yeah, there's a lot of toys. Okay, I'm going to... Does she engage or she just moves?
So she can move and then destroy something, or just search your deck for a card.
Yeah.
Rather, they can.
Yeah. Okay. So
there are 2 of them.
There are 2 of them. I'm going to... Yeah, put Grand Merchant Angos over here.
Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and send Maya up to the docks.
Okay.
Oh, I got to take this. I am the first player.
You're the first player. Okay, I will move Horatio over, unsurprisingly.
So the question is, do I issue this challenge? Or do I let you issue a challenge here? Both are options.
I probably should have grabbed another fighter. But I didn't know if I'd draw some free challenges or not.
I'm going to recruit and parlay with Madre. We're going to recruit Colin Edelheid, and I'm going to pitch 2 cards. I'm going to pitch the Conceal Flintlock, and I hate doing this, but Come Hither.
Ooh.
And I'm going to recruit her, and then reaction. After I recruit her, choose one. Either search your deck for an attachment, reveal it, and add it to your hand. Not doing that. Or move them to any location and destroy target attachment equipped to an opposing character. I'm going to destroy your Cavalier hat.
All right.
Cool.
Tough. All right. I will move. Actually, I'm going to. I'm going to pitch Quick Reflex as much as it pains me to do so, and I'm going to put the Devil of Jonas Bones on Horatio.
He's doing anything he can to gamble.
Yep, and he's going to take a boo-boo because the Devil Jonah takes his due.
He sure does. That's fascinating. Let's go ahead and have Colin Edelheid issue a challenge to the Grand Merchant Anghos.
Okay. The Grand Merchant Anghos.
You can't really see that on stream. Let me move this over.
Yeah, is going to accept. Horatio is not going to intervene.
Oh, man.
Because at this point, given my hand, I don't care if
no gambles because he's... Oh, hang on. Finesse 0. Finesse 0.
Finesse 0. You're right. Finesse 0. Okay.
Yeah, the fact that it turned off Horatio's technique when Colin Edelheid moved over was what we call an accidental excitement. I didn't actually intend for that, but...
Right. I'm going to spend 10 the Wounded from hand, block 3, send 2.
Oh, man. Well, I'll take one of my 2 gambles. Alright, we've got... Not that. We will use the Improvising. The Improvising is going to repose 2, parry nothing, and then I'm going to thrust 1. So we're back to 3 on him.
Alright. Honestly, I kind of don't want to give up any more cards. I'm just going to let him die.
Alright, he dies.
I'm dumb. I can do his technique for 1 block.
Yeah, you can. Because you've got more influence, yeah?
Because I have more influence. So
well, you'd have to play a combat card to use the technique. You can only use a technique when you play a combat card.
Really?
Yep.
Learn something every day. Yeah, he's toast. Fuck.
Poor guy.
Sorry. Forget him. We'll bleep that out. All right.
And then these go to Dueling Line empties, goes to the discard pile.
Yep. All right. Pena. Boink.
He's looking for some mobility here. We're going to move Jacinto up here.
All right. I will move over here.
I'm going to move Celine up here.
Okay.
So Celine's out the forums with Jacinto.
I'm going to pitch Bleed Out, much as it pains me. And the Burnished Cuirass goes on Horatio. Voltroning is a bad idea, chat. Voltroning is a really bad idea, especially if I'm going up against the controlliest control faction in the game.
I'm going to use this action to move Maya to an adjacent location. So now Maya is also at the forums.
Okay. Rough. All right. Opinion Horatio. Head over here.
You can move to an adjacent location with him.
Adjacent city location. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, got me.
So you can pull them into the forums.
I could. Or I could Midnight Shipment.
Oh, and Midnight Shipment also works.
It was a trick. Totally. All right. Yeah, that's my
Very nice. Let's see here. What am I going to do with that? I think that, unfortunately, the play I have to go with. And I don't love it. Issue challenge to Madre. I can afford to decline once. Alright, I hate that I'm having to do this.
Loving that hate.
Alright. I'm going to have to pitch Unfortunate to buy the Eager Blade with Celine.
Ooh. Okay.
So now Celine she's actually a 4 combat, 3 finesse, 3 influence right now.
Ooh. Nasty. Okay. Our man Horatio is going to send a duel to Madre.
Alright, so challenge issued. I'm going to go ahead and decline and take 3. Do you have a Relentless? He's got the Relentless, and Madre's dead. As a reaction, I'm going to use, after an action resolves, move Celine to an adjacent city location.
Rough.
Here she is. And now she's going to issue a challenge to Odette. And because I'm combat 4, I'm going to send 4 threat at you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me move her over here.
Okay. Don't like that, but so it goes. We'll see how this goes. All right, I'm going to play Conceal Flintlock from hand, pitching Heroic Intervention because I don't really need it right now. So I'm going to bounce 2.
Parry nothing.
Well,
you use a technique.
Yep, use the maneuver.
I'll take a wound.
Then take the technique. Oh, you'll take a wound.
I'll take a wound, so no parry for you.
All right, so now Odette's.
She's at 3.
She's 3.
Oh, sorry. Hey, how much to send? 4, block 2. Yep. All right. And now you've got +1 thrust because of the thrust you have on there.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and gamble. Oh, and you have only 3 gambles this duel.
Only 3?
Only 3. Amazing. So here's what I'm going to do. Plays a combat card. Okay. I think this is how this works. Because I'm the first player, I'd actually decide the order. So I'm going to play Conceal Flintlock as my weapon here.
Okay.
The question is, am I going to equip it? And I think the answer might actually be no. But I'm actually going to 3 riposte because I have to destroy the Eager Blade. It's gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to riposte 1, 2, 3. And then parry nothing, that's fine. And then I will thrust 1. And that is my first of 2 gambled cards.
All right. My first of 3 gambled cards. Double check. Yeah, I kind of gotta. Uh-oh. She's not a duelist!
I'm going to turn them around so Jack can see.
Yeah.
Not a duelist.
Not a duelist.
No, you can send 2 back to me, no matter what you do.
Yeah. Okay. Can't do.
No, it's a technique. Yeah,
it's technique. All right.
All right. So you're gonna riposte 2.
Yeah.
All right, and then take. Oh, that's it.
And then dead.
All right. Good
GG.
game.
All right. We'll try this.
Let's try it again.
If
Yeah.
you're all right.
Yeah. You want to use the old diplomat deck, or do you want to?
No. I want to keep this rolling.
All right.
Because I tried too many new and interesting things, and I played poorly. Number 2 in the world, and
yeah, I mean, you just came out of an entire grueling competition where you played exactly one type of deck.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
only how many games did you have to play? You only played 8 games across 2 days.
Yeah.
Which is an exhausting affair.
Yeah. So. Let's try that again with more chutzpah.
When I talked to Tom, and maybe Tom over-instilled it in my head, or maybe I unintentionally over-instilled it without Tom at all, but I worry a lot about how the city deck drops. to kind of dictate what I'm doing, because this is I'm just kind of piloting his thing here.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
So, I didn't get any free duels. I'm starting to see how a lack, because the lack of movement in this deck and the lack of answers is a little worrying. I probably should have, instead of Angos, thrown down Leontine, and that would have gone a little bit differently because Leontine could shield Odette and can move people around.
Yeah,
and it is a duelist and a duelist and a musketeer. So,
well, yeah, the movement that Leontine gives it's so generously balanced.
Yes.
That I don't know if there's a way to ever get around not having it. It's just that good.
Yeah.
Looking back, Leontine probably deserves to be 4 resolve or something. She's just really good.
She keeps on wounding herself constantly. So I don't know if I agree with that.
But
she usually dies turn 2.
Free moves are one of the best things in the game.
Okay.
Oh, moves that don't cost you a card from hand. How about that?
Okay.
Alternative cost boo-boos. All right, let's see this day 1 setup on our second game tonight. We're keeping the same decks. We're keeping it going.
I'll show you what we got.
All right, we've got the smuggled item over at the docks. So it begins at the forums, and Kaj over at the bazaar. Who doesn't love Kaj? Knowing you, I think now I have the advantage of kind of knowing what you're gonna drop.
Well, one of them's on sleeves, so
Oh, yeah,
you know it's something's coming out for the second time.
And with said information, yeah, I think that's the move there. And here is the. See, I don't know about doing that given the stats in Odette. Like, I wonder about doing Castilian Caper, and then I'm like, who am I going to steal it from? Horatio or Odette? The answer is no. So,
Celine is remarkably slow.
We're good there. All right, ready for it?
Ready for it.
All right, we've got Madre dropping again. Oh, your Reputation Merite. And I've got a Midnight Shipment happening, so let's see what that next city card is.
Yep. I figured you would outspeed me.
It's the Eager Blade.
Oh, snap.
That changes a lot of the math.
It does. Oh, I have a dog. Pop, 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 pop. Hello, Remy. Hello. All right. Snagging 7 cards.
I'm snagging 6 cards today. Hey, Doji's here. How's it going, Doji?
All right, Doji's he's gonna look at what I'm doing and he's gonna feel some judgment. I feel it. I know he will. But so it goes. All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta look at these cards and then
Much love, Doji. Much love. I'm doing it for you, buddy.
So those are options. Those are options. We're gonna go ahead and open with. I think the answer is send Celine out into the city here.
Ooh.
So Celine has gone to the docks, where there's an Eager Blade and a smuggled item.
All right. Send Odette over to the Grand Bazaar. Oh, we forgot to put Renown on the board.
Oh, yeah, that's like the most important thing. Sorry about that. I got so excited about that. So I'm here and here.
No round.
All right, there we go. We
No.
figured that out because you'd have to put it into a location with no
Empty
renown.
spot. Yeah.
Anyway, that wouldn't change anything. They're all still equal.
Yeah.
Um,
Right, it is your action.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play Main Gauche and pick up the Eager Blade with Celine.
Celine is now much more dangerous.
I feel like that's the move, yeah.
All right. what if I was to discard Tending the Wounded and equip my own main Doge?
I see. I'm going to drop... You cheated for the smuggled item. And the thing about...
Oh, she be
you
smuggling.
You cheated.
Sorry, they be smuggling.
You cheated's great. I just don't see as a very favorable card when you got 3 finesse and 4 finesse on the board right now.
All right, now I'm going to turn sideways. Kosh goes away. And double check my hand. Hard choice, hard choice, hard choice. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna... So then you can go to adjacent location. Okay, I'm going to... Yeah, Grand Merchant Argos.
And how shows up?
He does.
So I'm going to... oh, man. Okay, alright, we got choices here. I'm going to put Madre up at the forums.
All right.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move Madre up to the docks now that I think about it. Madre moves to the docks.
Madre moves to the docks. I'm going to have Grand Merchant Argos claim.
I'll go ahead and do the same here with Madre. Madre's going to go ahead and claim this location for Casino.
Okay.
And I have not been managing the claims here, which is important. I have a whole section for it. I've got the docks currently, and you've got the bazaar.
You know what? You know what, Carl? Let's get weird with it. Let's have Horatio swagger up.
All right, Horatio moves up to the docks.
Horatio moves up to the docks.
I'm going to use the city action on Midnight Shipment. If it has no cards or only events, move your performer from the docks to any location.
Oh, snap.
So
All
Saloon
right.
shows up here.
Any city location?
Any city location.
Adjacent.
Midnight Shipment.
Midnight Shipment!
Midnight Shipment.
No! I should have read Midnight Shipment. I'm a fool and a fraud. Oh, man. That makes things really hard. All right. Okay. I'm going to...
That's the second time we've seen Midnight Shipment get used on stream.
Yep. All right. I'm going to use Grand Merchant Argos's ability. I'm going to pitch Quick Reflexes, and I'm going to Valiant Spirit him standing up.
Oh, no, he's standing up.
Standing up. He's ready to take one for his girl.
You're putting me in a position where I have to do things that I really don't want to do.
That's kind of the goal.
Come hither.
Oh,
Pitch these
no.
two, move them over. So go ahead and take your renown.
Oh.
Come hither action. Target a character, move them to an adjacent city location.
Wow.
A pretty lady blew a kiss.
That aggressively sucks. There's not a lot I can do about this. Okay. Horatio's gonna unsanction duel.
Oh, I cannot refuse.
I cannot
Excellent.
refuse.
All right, we're talking about 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. I can't refuse, and at the start of the first round, we're gonna put this and this, and I'm gonna gamble and see what I get. This is not a deck for the gambling, or for the periouts. We'll go ahead and Tending the Wounded. I'll take it. That's 3 block, 2 thrust, which means I take 1. Madre's got 1 wound.
Hew up and whip. Okay. I kind of want to do as
Cavalier
much, as possible. So I'm gonna send 5 with his.
Now, hang on. Why didn't you use your technique at the start when you issued?
You know what? I'll do it now.
Yeah, you might as well do it now. Yeah, so I've got 5 in front of me.
Well,
Because we're opposed to 2. Well, you had 3 in front of you, right?
3. So
You'll take 1.
Yeah, with the technique.
You're going to use the technique for plus 1 riposte.
So that's
you riposte
5.
3.
Yeah, so riposte
send
3,
2,
2, and then technique 2.
Oh, you can only use one technique.
You can only use one technique. You're right.
Do you want to use the riposte?
No, I'll do.
You might as well. You'll block it all. Otherwise, I'll deal the damage to you. Because you had 3 in front of you.
Yeah, it's hard for you to block 5.
So if you use your Cavalier hat, which is going to 2 riposte plus 1, that'll be a riposte 3.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then you'll thrust 2 more. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that except for gamble.
Gamble.
Absolutely. We will use Unfortunate.
Sure.
So Unfortunate says, when your round ends, equip this to the adversary from your dueling line. So I'm going to riposte 1. I will die. I'll thrust 3. 1, 2, 3. And congratulations, Unfortunate has equipped to you. You have -1 finesse now.
Oh, no. All right. So gamble number 2. Yeah, I might as well
Turn them that way for the stream.
Oh, sorry. It's either come hither or conceal flintlock. Do I want to block 2?
Do you want to block 2? Block 2, send 3, or block 2, send 3?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, poor Madre ate it.
So, 2 are gone. 2 run ratio. He's a little messed up, but you know what? Sorry. You go.
All right, you ready for my action?
I wonder
I'm going to issue a 4 combat challenge to Odette.
Oh, I'm going to feel real bad.
Get out of here. All right, what you got? You declining it or taking it?
I'm taking it, and reaction. See if she survives. Fraternity.
All right, block 3, send 2.
Yeah.
And I'm now going to have to gamble, and I must blow up this thing, which is too bad because it doesn't do anything for me right now. So that just shows up there. That'll block.
Okay,
I'm doing this one.
Yeah,
you're taking 3.
Yeah.
I'm using Night of Drinking, so we'll sink Siesta.
Number 2. Depending on her, she's not a duelist, but I do want to block 2.
Yeah,
even if I send less.
Riposte 1, parry 1,
block
thrust 1, so you take 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's it. All right, I'm gonna gamble. My second gamble. Oh man, do I want the Mista or the polished flintlock? The answer is the polished, the concealed flintlock. We will riposte 2, thrust 1. There's 3 for you.
Okay, final gamble. You or you? Okay, I'm blocking block 2, send 1, or block 2, send 4. So I'm gonna block 2.
Send 2.
Send 2.
Oh, hang on, you take 1.
Yep, I take 1. Bop, 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 bop.
All right, ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Last card from hand. Relentless.
Oof.
Riposte 1, thrust 3. And I'm hoping this can do something.
Okay.
You got 3 on you?
Gallant Deeds from hand. I'll
survive.
I'll survive with 1.
Oh no!
And throw 3.
So hang on. I actually take 1 out of this.
Yeah.
I'm moving too fast. And then these 3 are moving back to me. I can't play a card, so I'm going to take another wound.
Alright.
Ouch.
Ooch. Oof. My bones.
That didn't work out so well. I was really hoping to take her down. I just didn't have the card economy to do so, and you had a Gallant Deeds out of that.
Yeah. I only have 1 card left in hand. I'm toasted.
Yeah, and you had a Fraternité on that, so that was 2 block 3s.
Yeah.
1 less, that would have got you. All right. So,
all right. My action.
Oh, hang on. An action just resolved. You're 3.
Yeah, you just threw.
I'm going to react and move over here.
That's cool.
Actually, it doesn't matter because there's no renown there. I'm going to stay put then. You can go ahead and claim that.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So, I am going to feel sad as a reaction, and then pass as my action.
All right, I'm going to pass as well. So we hit Plunder. I take 1. You take 2.
All right. The hubris. Oh man, I'm really questioning Grand Merchant Argos now. There's so many 2 costs in this deck. There's just a crazy number.
I feel like Angos can do well in a Diplomat deck because he has the trait. And you also have to be... I don't know if you're running a bunch of 2-cost stuff. Like, you've got the Cavalier.
I'm all the 2 cost stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, then... You probably find a place for him, but keep in mind, I got rid of him pretty much as soon as he came out last time. So
yeah, I think he may be a turn 2 or 3 kind of deal.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. He's kind of that late game play. I took 2 wounds on my leader. You got 4. Let me go update that. Yeah, I took those wounds thinking it was going to be worth it, and it might have been.
It might have been. Yeah, you're a little boo-booed.
And you got 4 wounds, huh?
Yeah, I'm a little messed up, aren't I, Remy?
She's hanging on. All right, so let's get that new city flop. So day 2, which I also need to update. You want to flop the rest of the city for me and say what they are?
Absolutely. Risky undertaking, very risky. And the Devil Jonas Bones back again.
Man, who doesn't love the Devil Jonas Bones?
No, everyone loves the Devil Jonas Bones.
All right, so here's the deal. He's only got... I'm glad I was able to hit Horatio's Finesse. That was just kind of a moral victory for me, if anything. All right, what am I going to do here? I lost my big influence vessel. Tom might be chastising me from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere in the ether from Montana.
The name of the game, I think, is going to be... Well, that's dangerous. Okay.
Actually,
there's purpose behind that. I can see. Okay.
And then you.
Let's think about that one more time. No. We're okay. We're a-okay. I will drop these 2. All right, I've got my 2. You ready for it?
I'm double checking here. I'm not sure about either of these choices, but you know what? Let's do it.
Let's see it.
Let's see it. Henri, and let's source decide.
Only 2 threat to riposte, so it was excess riposte. Yes, it was excess riposte. It did the +1 riposte from Eager Blade. It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Thank you for the answer. All right, so I've got Caper, and I've got Maya, and you've got Horatio. Not Horatio, excuse me. Henri, and let the sword decide. So you dropped a... thing about Montaigne is your finesse. It's just spooky.
Yeah, very, very high.
All right, so Caper says I can add renown to 2 different locations. I will put a renown over here at the bazaar, and I'd like to discourage that. Put 1 right here.
Okay.
And where do you put them down?
At the docks and at the forums.
Very cool.
So evened out, and I'm gonna draw 7.
I'm drawing 6.
7.
All right, there's options here.
All right, you have the first action.
Yeah, what am I going to do here? Let me do this just for some house cleaning because it's
on
the board. Sorry. This is tough. This is very tough. I think that what I'm going to have to do is... The big thing is you move it Horatio up. That's the thing that I hate. I will move...
And I love
Celine up here. Celine is moved to the bazaar.
All right.
Could I interest you in buying the Devil Jonas Bones with Odette? Could I interest you?
Terribly tempting.
Tom, I think that Lucas might actually, but he could be a better play than Madre. I haven't gotten any of the wound healing off with Madre yet because she's died too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Lucas Martinez could be a good pick.
Yeah. I'm going to... I'm going to put the Dame of Swords on Horatio.
Horatio, chill.
Horatio is armed to the teeth.
Horatio, chill.
He's got a sword, a curse, a tarot card in his hat. Horatio has 0 chill right now. Horatio is begging for an amour, positively screaming for it.
Let's move Madre up. I'm saying Madre, Maya.
Maya.
Up to the forums.
All right, Henri moves up.
I see. We're going to...
And you are first player.
pitch the
Double check
concealed
Maya.
flintlock to buy an eager blade.
Yeah. You are the first player, so she can move adjacent.
Yep.
If the need arises.
You're up in a big wham material.
Yeah.
Made some big sacrifices last turn.
Sacrifices indeed. Alright, I am going to... I'm going to move Argos to the docks.
And host moves up. You're just not in a position where I really want to do all that much right now. But I think what I do want to do, I think I just need to disrupt your lines as much as possible.
Perhaps.
To that end, come hither.
Oh no.
And we're gonna pitch. You're in a position to do that regardless. We're gonna pitch the unsanctioned duel and the raise the stakes, which I hate doing it to move them over. That's twice now I've used half of my hand to move people around.
Woof.
So I'm operating with a big lack of material, but there's the come hither. Henri's out of there. This is my house.
Okay. Well, Argos is going to grab Ravenna. I'm going to pitch, much as it pains me to do so, Bleed Out. Ravenna is mine.
Yeah, you're getting up in a big way of material. I really need to put you down.
And she can refund her cost with her city action.
You've got good material right now. Let's go ahead. I think we got to do it, and I don't love it, but I'm going to use Maya to claim this location because I need to get ahead in some renown if you're getting up on this material.
Okay. All right, I will. I kind of want all of this, but I'm going to pitch Fraternity to. Do I want to?
You'd need a. Oh, you can now, yeah.
Yeah. I'll use Ravenna. I'll wound her to draw. Maybe get some thoughts. Okay. Not the end of the world. And that was my action. I was hoping to draw a weapon so I could use until surface.
I'm gonna pass. I'm up on the renown right now. I'm gonna pass it.
Okay. All right. Horatio moves up. Actually, Ravenna's gonna claim.
Huh. All right. Still up. I'll go ahead and pass.
Henri moves over.
What he's doing. How many cards do you have in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, more than me. I'll go ahead and pass again.
All right. I will use Angos. I am going to, as much as it pains me to do so, pitch a heroic end to Valiant Spirit Henri. Stand up.
And the heroic end gained wealth, right? So it goes to the locker.
Locker.
Nope, not Valiant Spirit.
What?
The card that you pitch to pay the cost.
Ah.
When the card gains wealth, it goes to the locker instead of the discard pile. Yep.
Now I know. Number 2 in the world. All right. That's me.
Yeah, this is like a weird position to be in here. I'm going to pass again.
Okay. Cards in hand?
I've got 2 cards in hand.
All right, let's move. Let's move Horatio up.
Horatio moves up. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the prize, which is Odette, but I feel like Amaya is just going to get eaten here. And if you send that challenge, I'm probably going to be in trouble. And I don't have that. I think I have an alternative here to try to catch up on material, but it's dangerous.
Be dangerous, Carl. You're really giving me a run for my money.
Yeah, it's just a really tough position to be in because I don't really have a lot of the tools that I need to make this work for me. You got the riposte on him. You've got the copy technique. Yeah, it's actually Croy calling me, but I mentioned him on stream. I'm going to have to use Elgato's reaction, city reaction, after an action resolves, which was Horatio moving up. I'm going to move Celine up, and I'm going to issue a 4 combat challenge to Henri.
Wow. All right.
And I feel like I'm really on the back foot here.
4 combat challenge to Henri?
Yep.
All right. Accept the challenge.
Okay.
Tabard of the Paul Musketeer. Henri takes 1.
That sucks. If I had that raise the stakes in hand, I could have still done it. I've dumped my entire hand on Come Hither every time just to get you out of the way, which doesn't matter.
Yeah. So now let's get funky. Let's get freaky. Let's do it up. Let's have Odette go up and get the double Jordan's but nah.
Don't do it. Don't let her get the bounce.
All right. Odette
she moves up. I pass.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Oh, and this didn't blow up because I didn't play a combat card, so I keep the blade.
All right. Horatio, he's down to 1 gamble with this. So
he's not. Just 2. He's 2 gambles because he's got 3 finesse, and unfortunately, it's -1 finesse.
What?
So he has 2 gambles.
-1.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, with Celine. Okay, my bad.
So,
yeah, he's got a single gamble.
Fraternity Master of the Valerie style go away, which hurts. Actually, I'm gonna keep Fraternity and I'm gonna pitch Pull because you're exactly where I want to be. And and that is an action. Wow. I didn't realize. Not only does it help with managing opponent's finesse, it also helps on action economy because I need to spend an action.
When you pitch an attachment against wealth, there we go. It was the same thing that Agent was saying. All right, so he just paid 2 to get rid of Unfortunate. I'm gonna pass again because I've got 2 engaged characters and nowhere to go.
All right. I'm gonna try to put Celine down like the animal she is, specifically a cat.
All right, so you're
3.
Sending 3.
Sending 3 at Celine.
Are you using your technique?
I can't because
Horatio's not alone. Not alone. Yeah, we'll go ahead and I think we're going to accept this because I think we've got the best chance of putting him down. He can copy his technique, but it's only +1 parry with him.
It is only +1
He's not
parry.
sending extra thrust. I think we're good. I'm
right.
going to open by playing Roll the Bones.
Oh,
Gamble for free and reveal an
you're a
additional
scoundrel.
card if your participant is a scoundrel, which, hey, I am. Brilliant. We're going to sync these two. I'm going to use the Cat's Glass in conjunction. I'll sync this one as well. I'm just showing the math real quick.
Oh yeah, gamble for free.
Yep, gamble for free. Reveal an additional card if you're a scoundrel, so I revealed 3.
Yep.
So I'm using these two together, which is a total of 3 riposte. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 thrust.
Oh, goodness.
So he's got 5 to deal with, and then this card is going to get sunk because it says sync all gambled cards.
Oh,
yep.
Interesting.
And that was Roll the Bones from hand.
All right, first of 2 gambles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, we know we love a broken tie.
I don't know how I'm going to compete with that.
Okay.
You got your... that was my version of that card is Roll the Bones. All right.
Yeah, Broken Time, as has been discussed in the Castile forums, I'm just going to put these folks over here, is just objectively better.
Yeah, reveal 2.
Reveal 2, another Broken Time!
You can do it again.
Let's do it again. 1, 2.
Yeah, it's a duel on Celine right now.
Okay.
And you got the double
yeah.
Broken Time.
I could heroic end, but...
Man, that was my one shot there. All right, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And you take 2 wounds?
1, 2, 3. Yep, I take 2 wounds.
So you've got
Ratio
1 left.
Is a little messed up.
So no matter how this goes, I'm probably gonna end up. Well,
Oh,
I
and,
actually-
sorry, and I'm going to use his technique.
I actually cheated. Eager Blade's gone. It didn't help me riposte anymore, but Eager Blade blew out when I played my combat card. So now I got this pile
so
of 6 I'm looking at.
Yeah, so now I'm just at 3 because I use the technique.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So I got to do 2 to you. I don't have that, so that's not helpful. We're going to gamble and see if I can get a miracle here. I probably won't. Yeah, it's too bad. So no matter what, I'm going to take 3, which means I might as well send as much as possible. We're going to use the taunt here, and we're going to use the maneuver. Nope, because we have the same amount, so I'm just stuck sending 2 to you. Here you go, and I'll take 3. That was a pretty rough gamble.
All right. And there's, yeah, you got it. All right.
Man.
My second of 2 gambles.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that today. I am going to do Legendary Reputation. So, block 2, sand 3. Point.
All right, I'm going to do my second and last gamble to reveal 2. Oh my gosh, come on. All right, well, how many cards do you have in hand?
I have 2 cards in hand.
You got 2 cards in hand.
2 cards in hand.
Plenty of gambles. That one will send 1 more, which is actually, maybe I want to reconsider that. Because the other option is I can go ahead and draw a card, and that could be huge.
I'm going to simplify this.
I think the answer is that I'm going to use this to oppose 2, which means I'm taking 1. I've got 1 wound left, and I'm going to use the Pirate Maneuver to draw a card and hope I get something useful.
All right. I am out of gambles. There's my 2. Which means I am throwing stuff from hand. So I'm going to pitch Forensic Court, block 2, send 3.
All right.
And I'm just going to hope that I can nickel and dime you to death, as
I'm gonna
Montaigne is ought to do.
Play Roll the Bones, which is the card I drew. But I don't think it'll save me because I think Henri's still going to get me. So reveal 1, 2, and 3. And all I'm doing is adding combat values. So that puts me into a position where I'm pretty much going to play Bleed Out for sure as my extra one.
Okay.
So that's only over post 2, which means I actually must use Life in the Canals. They'll just send 3 back. Yeah, same diff. Because that will block 2. Yep. So we will use Life in the Canals. It's going to be a total of 3 riposte. I really needed something else to kick that up. And then these all get sunk together. All right, you got 3 in front of you.
All right.
How many cards do you have left?
1 card in hand. I'm out of gambles. Yeah, much as it pains me to do so, I might just have to toast Horatio. Cards in hand?
1.
You know what? Screw it. I'll pitch Fraternity, block 3, send 2.
All right, so he's
I'm
he
out.
blocked it all. Okay.
Yeah. Completely out.
Yeah, let me get my
Jazz hands, no gambles.
Yeah, well, now both of our leaders are just screwed, except you still have an on-guard Horatio, the location. I'm stuck playing my last card, Gold or Steel, and
Yep, Horatio's toasted.
you got 4 in front of you. All right, well, we
Got
took
it.
him out. It just took everything I had. 2 broken times, back to back.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, can't do anything about that.
You go to discard. You go to discard.
And I have no hand.
And I have no hand.
So go ahead and fight with Henri, and maybe here's the thing: most of my good cards are gone.
Yeah.
So you're sending 3 at me.
The
'cause I'm-
temptation to throw Odette at you for Shiggles is incredible, but I'm not going to do that.
Brilliant. I will use Siesta. Riposte 1, period 2.
All right. Henri using his first of 2 gambles. Yep. Do I want to block 2, send 3, or do I want to block 2, send 3? I'm going to block 2, send 3.
Well, actually, the other one would have only sent 2 because you riposte 2. But that one will block. It'll because that's riposte 2, send 1. So it's not going to send 3. It'd send 2. You only have one threat.
I only have 1 threat. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
use the other one. Yeah.
okay. You got me there.
All right. Do I have another thing that blocks 3? Can't afford that. So good game,
GG.
man.
You know, for fight decks, these are remarkably fast games.
They are. Do you want to do one more? It's only 8:30.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do one more.
And I'm going to unsleeve all my stuff just to, or at least all my, yeah, I've misplayed so much. I have brought out the wrong guys. I have put in the wrong attachments. I Voltron.
Henri shouldn't be upright. Why not? He played a card. He played. Henri should be upright because he played Valiant Spirit
Yeah, I played Valiant Spirit.
with Anghos.
I did.
Oh, it's because you pit. Read here. Attachment. You pitched Heroic End.
One of your attachments discarded.
You have to
That's
just
only attachments.
only attachments.
Okay, in that case, I would have pitched the hat.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
All right.
it is an attachment. Yeah, I would have pitched the Dame of Swords. Only attachments. Okay.
Also, sit holding on to let the sword aside. You could have canceled my maneuver on Roll the Bones 1 out of 2 times.
I sure could have, Carl. Number 2 in the world.
You're just using cards you don't play with often.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Because you and I have been practicing with my diplomacy deck so much. I've got to get back into a violence mindset, which is normally my default.
Yeah.
Like the games that Carl and I have played off stream, normally I'm bringing some flavor of like either entirely violence or a violently bent renown deck. And now I'm just like fishing for parry outs and doing parry out stuff in my mind and looking at the renown when renown doesn't even matter.
I need to grab something here.
Do you know?
Yeah, we're making a quick adjustment.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you have things nice and organized?
I do. I've got things eventually we're going to get cameras on us, at which point people can see how nice and organized everything is in here.
Everything is very nice and organized. For those of you at home, Carl has like really nice organization for his 7th Sea stuff and his L5R stuff and his Hero Sculpt stuff and his you have 40K? Oh,
That's
40K Magic the Gathering. Okay.
Yeah, I've got all those decks. Those were a fun time.
Wow.
Let's see. That's why we want those extra concealed footlocks for Anghos bait.
So Anghos. Okay, in that case, I may have to be more conservative with Anghos because I do have a lot of attachments in this deck, but I didn't know that it. Basically, I thought he gave me a free opulence, but that's not the case.
He gives an attachment and opulence.
Yeah. So at first, I was like, why are folks so particular about getting all these attachments in here? I mean, yeah, they're good, but blah blah blah. And then I need to actually read cards.
Yeah, my greatest failing in this game is reading the cards. That is the thing I'm the worst at.
Lol, samesies, Carl.
Thankfully, I've stared enough spreadsheets with all this information on it that I've committed a lot of it to memory.
I too have committed a lot of it to memory just going through the Google Doc.
My great failing is that I also have like 8 different versions of cards sitting in my head, including like versions from the original playtests that used to do one thing a long time ago, and I've said it on stream.
Yeah.
I've said this card does this, and like that's just I think it was the captain's code. I said did a thing that it doesn't do anymore on stream. All right, let's see our day 1 flop for game 3 tonight. I've made a change, Cernith Hand, and the Devil Jonas Bones.
We love these bones. Love them.
Whew. All right, I think this is the move here.
It's so hard.
What would we do without our loyal community watching everything we do and correcting us as we continue to play this game wrong?
So terribly wrong.
I know. All right, you got your
once
2?
Again, a shout out for Tom for letting me like rewind at least like between our 2 games like 10 times minimum.
Yeah, there's a lot of very sportsmanlike conduct at our events, it seems. All right,
Yeah.
I've got Maya de la Rioja and Castilian Caper out today.
Yep, I figured you go high, so
Yep.
British Merte, Leontine. Classique.
All right, let me draw my 6 cards here. Actually, before we do that, we have to add renown locations. So
Yeah.
I'm going to add it to 2 different locations, and you're going to do
Other.
one with no renown. So I'll just go ahead, and
Yeah.
we know it's going to be 1 renown on each location.
Sure is. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I've got the opening here,
You do.
and my opening will surely be Celine to the Forums.
All right. Leontine to the Grand Bazaar.
Huh.
And I take it with crabs in a bucket, ties cannot be leased.
Yes, ties is not least.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's when this card is revealed, each player with 2 renown. So correct. None of us get it.
And you don't have one of their.
Oh yeah, I don't have any renown. Sorry.
Well, give a
here's,
card.
here's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pitch a come hither.
Oof.
Oof is right. Man, and a siesta.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy the Cernith Hand, and Celine is now combat 4.
Combat 4 and has a really nasty grip.
Mm-hmm.
She be gripping.
Did you want another beer, by the way?
Oh yeah, love one. I'm going to pitch Gallant D. Do I though? Do I? Maya's out there. No, I'm gonna move Odette up. Ah, good. Yeah. Move Odette up. Bless. Do you want this? Hell yeah, I do.
All right, Odette's moved up, huh?
Odette's moved up.
I smell a Reputation Merite coming on.
I don't know what you're talking about, Carl. This man speaks madness and heresy. Chat, get your boy.
So, alternatively, you're right there. Putting Tabasco in your Corona?
Yeah. I mean, if I have salt, I'll throw salt in there too.
I hate tearing through that much.
Yeah, you're ripping through your hand.
Let's move Maya up here.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, Maya's real mobile. You could just move everyone over here. And that concerns me. So, I am going to pitch Master of the Belarus style to put the Devil Jonas Bones on Leontine. Leontine is going to take a boo-boo. Which is what Leontine does, to be honest. She's born to bleed. It's how she rolls. And that is my turn.
Who are you likely to muster?
Impossible to say.
Probably an Henri or something.
Maybe you might just. What do you think of that? I'm going to get some salt.
Yeah, tough calls here.
Salt, Carl.
All right, man, I've got choices here. So I've got Tending, Unsanctioned, Taunt, and You Cheated. You Cheated is going to be good on the defense if Celine gets into a fight, but Celine's got the +1 combat right now, so I don't think I necessarily want to drop that. So I think You Cheated is a money right now because it's going to be best on her, and frankly, they have high finesse as it is. So I think the option is that. Yep. Derek, I'm playing Taunt, and I'm pitching You Cheated to pay for it, and I'm taunting Odette over to the forums.
Woof.
And we are now tied on influence,
We are.
which means you cannot reputation Merite right now.
That's true.
Because you don't win on ties, do you?
I do actually win on ties.
Oh, never mind. He wins on ties.
Yoink.
He's getting somebody.
Jean.
Lovely. So, you bring him in, you discard any city cards. We're going to play Unsanctioned Duel with Maya. We're going to issue Odette a challenge. It's unrefusable.
And Jean intervenes.
Yep, Jean intervenes naturally.
Actually, here's what I'm going to do. Oh, sorry. She is going to stay sideways. I am going to pitch Fraternity to Heroic Intervention. Leontine comes in, engaged, and she accepts. And, of course, when she accepts, money, boink from Odette. So, good times.
And now the duel's been accepted, so we're going to place a threat. Nope, it's not threat. A threat in front of each participant as per what Unsanctioned Duel says.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't issue that to Odette. I'm because it's non-leader. I'm going to issue it to Jean.
Yep, and then Leontine.
All right, same thing. It happens
Same
all.
thing
This
happens.
is the second time we made that mistake on stream. Are people yelling at us already? Nope. All right, we figured that out quickly enough. So
I'm just gonna move these guys down here,
yeah, and
just to make
make
this
it easy
clean.
for chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it easy for chat. All right, so Leontine is here, and thankfully, and for chat, the reason why I didn't have Jean run in the way is because Jean is going to
Buff Leontine.
buff Leontine.
Yeah, that was a gnarly play.
Yep. So, and it's Maya going sideways.
Maya's going sideways with Unsanctioned Duel on Leontine.
All right. Well, I only have one gamble because of Celine. However, it's a pretty cool gamble with the Devil Jonas Bones.
Yep, to reveal.
So let's do this.
Relentless.
And this. And
Legendary Reputation.
this.
And Tending the Wound. Probably Tending the Wounded.
I kind of want to do my bounce, though.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
So
if you want to do that,
let's-
you're taking... then Legendary Reputation's probably it. Because you can get up to 2 riposte. Yeah, it's probably the move.
Yeah, that's the move.
So Legendary Reputation with +1 riposte using the technique from Jean is 2 riposte, 1 parry. Did you remove the...
Oh, I did not move any. Here.
How much did I send to you?
You sent 4.
Yeah, 3 + 1. Yeah, okay. So you're going to end up taking 1 and then you'll thrust 2. It's actually pretty gnarly because I've got 5 to deal with now, but you're only combat 2, so I dig it.
Only combat 2.
I'm going to gamble.
Glamble.
All right, options here. That's not going to be super helpful for me. Oh, man. So this maneuver is... I got to pay for it, and that's not great. That's really not great, but I'm going to do what I got to do. And
what
pitch
you
my
gotta
last
do.
card, which is Tending the Wounded. And that's going to let me do 2 riposte. And then I can choose to either 2 parry or 2 thrust. If I 2 parry, I'm taking 1, but you only have 2 in front of you, which is enough for you to walk away from the fight. And I can't afford to let that be the case, which means that I'm obligated right now to use +2 thrust. So I'm going to send 4 your way. It's my first gamble there. And then I'm going to take 2 wounds. You know what? Since that's the case, you know what I'm going to do?
What's up, Carl?
I'm going to do something a little different.
Do it.
I'm going to bring all this back. I had 5. I'm going to use the maneuver for +2 riposte, +2 thrust. And I'm going to use her technique -1 riposte. You need to discard a card from hand.
Ooh, don't like that.
So I'm only going to riposte 1. I'm going to parry nothing, and then I'm going to thrust 2. And I'm going to take the most I can take of wounds, which is 2. So that actually just put me in a position to make you discard a card using her technique.
I'm going to pitch a not today because I'm feeling ballsy.
Ooh.
All right. Also, recipe for a michelada chat that I'm doing right now. Mexican beer. And some
Tajin.
lime juice, some tahini, some salt. Put it all together, you got a michelada. Normally, either the salt or the tahini is a garnish, but I can't do garnish on the rim right now because in the middle of a
Just
game.
throw it in.
So I just throw it in. It's a witch's brew of spicy beer.
Well, I'm back in the same position that I keep ending up in, and it's
thank
probably because I'm playing badly, which is that I have an empty hand.
So we're both playing badly.
Empty hand. No hand right now. And you've got an unguard extra character over there.
All right. I'm going to play Gallant Deeds from hand again. Second verse, same as the first. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
I'll use my second and final gamble. And, yeah, we're going to use gold or steel for sure. And I am a pirate and a duelist.
Goodness.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the pirate maneuver here. I have more combat than you. So you...
Sure do.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to draw a card unless you suffer a wound.
I really don't want you to do either.
Because I'm going to also riposte 2, take 1, and then thrust 2.
All right. I will take the
Three
boo-boo.
Mhm.
I'm at 3. All right. I am going to play Relentless from hand. And
All right.
I'm going to die and send for you.
Great. I have no combat cards to play, so I'm going to die as well.
And then, as a reaction, Friends of Court. Many people poo-poo Friends of Court, but...
So, city action. After a duel where your adversary was destroyed, pressure your performer's location with influence. You can't pressure it because your performer's dead. I have had so many issues. Is Harold in?
Hold
Harold,
on.
did we FAQ this at all?
Pressure the performer's location... Here's the thing.
I think it's because it says your adversary. I'd be fine if it didn't do that, to be honest. This has come up once or twice.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think... I'll let you go ahead and do it. Unless
it's
Harold
just-
speaks up in a second. Go ahead and do it. I don't want to misunderstand it.
Okay.
So this is a card that was altered a lot in core. And I'm pretty sure it's because it's your adversary. And I have an issue with some of that wording. But go ahead and take it.
All right.
We both die. We both go to the locker. And we'll see what Harold comes in. Harold says, wah. This has come up before, and I think Tom on the rules team has commented on it. After a duel where your adversary was destroyed, pressure your performer's location with influence. If successful, claim the location. What I've heard, and I'm happy if this is wrong, is that since it's your adversary, the performer has to be the character that was actually in the fight. But I'm fine with it doing either or. I think that's just kind of a words gumbo kind of issue, and I'm not a fan of it because it slows the game down and makes things hard to understand.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he says. Either way, go ahead and take it. So I don't have any cards in hand. Do you have any cards in hand?
Sure don't.
This is amazing. I believe it is your activation.
Jazz hands.
You're in a jazz hands. Well, you're up on material right now. You got enough extra guy, and you have 2 renown. So you know what? I'm going to issue a challenge.
All right. John's going to jump
2
away.
of that, and I'm going to send 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, no.
Because I am combat +1 because of the Cernith hand. Now, I think that... Oh, yeah, I'm fighting Jean now.
Fighting Jean.
I could go ahead and wound myself to give you -2 combat, -2 parry on your first card, but you've got so much riposte you have access to, but you're just going to be gambling. I'm going to go ahead and... You're only going to gamble 1 card.
I'm only going to gamble 1 card.
And you're probably just going to take the one that thrusts the most, to be honest. I'm not going to use the technique, and that could be a mistake.
Okay.
So I'm going to pass the technique opportunity, and let's see.
Oh, man, a broken time.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay. And the other broken time, unfortunately, will go away.
Yeah, all right. That works nicely for me. You only got... They were on top of each other again?
They're on top of each other again. So 1...
Just one. You only reveal 1, because it's equal to your finesse, and your finesse is currently 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't have a choice. I have to do it. Okay, so
yeah, repose 2, thrust 3.
Yeah, bouncing 2.
See, I'm glad I didn't take that wound.
2 boo-boos. And I'm gonna make it thrust 4 with his technique. So you're gonna have 4, 5 coming at you. Sorry,
so hang on. Yep.
1, 2,
2 riposte, and then you're gonna thrust
4,
1, 2,
5,
3.
6.
Yep, because wow, all right, that's just a huge amount of threat, which means I'm gonna take 3. So time to gamble. Absolutely, I will use Life in the Canals, because no matter what, I'm going to take... Yeah, that's perfect, because that'll send enough threat back to you that if you don't play a card, you're going to die, which you won't. You're just going to die. And then I'm going to use the Pirate Maneuver on here to draw a card.
Hell yeah.
And then I will take as much as I can take, which is 3, which is still sad and hurts.
Yeah. All right, Jean's toast.
John's toast. I've got an extra card in hand, and we both stare at each other. And that's it. So you're gonna walk away with your 2 renown.
Walk away with 2 renown.
But we're down to we're down to this.
Yeah.
So all right.
This is a very goofy match so far.
I'm probably just
a lot of death and destruction. That was a very exciting turn 1.
It was, yeah.
That was turn 1. You know what? When you told me once upon a time, turn 1 is so boring.
Generally it is. I think for new players especially, and I think that's true for most of our games because we've got so many kitchen table players who enjoy this game. But when you got people who play regularly, I think the math changes a little bit. Yeah. So you got 2 renown. I have 3 leader wounds right now, and I got to be really careful with this. Because I can't afford to lose Celine, because when I do, I lose the game. It's the right one. Let's go to the left one. Alright, and now we're picking... can you flip a new city card?
I would love to.
Yeah. Who do we got? We got...
Risky Undertaking.
Risky Undertaking. That keeps coming out. Colin Adelheid again? Where's new cards? And Early Morning Arrangements.
Which do not benefit either of us.
It does... no, this is different. Because you can go pick it up and assuredly go first next time.
Oh, that's right. Yes. That's right. It changed. I also have the previous iteration in my head.
So who's left in your approach deck? Because I played against your deck a couple times now.
That's a good question.
I think that might be the move.
Mightst it?
We got 1 renown out right now. Oopsie.
What was your previous risk? I'm not seeing your previous, or your previous scheme.
Oh, it was Castilian Caper.
Okay.
Which I did not leverage. You had too much renown on your influence, not the finesse on your side.
Let's do that.
I feel pretty safe about that. I don't, unless you want to come in with that. Yeah, I think that's the move. No, we're gonna do that.
Oh, this michelada is so good.
Ready for it?
Ready.
Lucas Martinez, a Midnight Shipment. After Lucas Martinez doomed is mustered, send Lucas Martinez DM to the locker from out of play. And then I've got, hey, we both played Midnight Shipment. That means that you're actually the first player.
Oh,
it passes.
Incredibly
Anytime you have a tie, it goes to the player who last did not have it out of the 2. Gets a little different in multiplayer.
All right.
All right, so hang
So
on.
we're both putting.
A city card here and here.
Oof.
Wow, that's a whole lot happening there.
That's a whole lot happening.
All right, spicy location. And then we're also putting, you're putting a renown there, and I'm putting a renown there, and then we're both putting a renown at the bazaar.
Yep.
So that's what we got.
Pretty stylish. Okay.
Okay. You got the opening move. Don't forget to draw cards.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead
cards
and
are
end up
important.
with 6.
I don't need cards. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and a 7th. Oh, let's see what we got. Okay, well, you know what? You know what, Carl? This is tough Rooney. You know what? Let's get freaky. Let's put Odette here on the docks.
I'm going to put Lucas Martinez up here.
Okay. Odette's going to turn sideways.
Pick up our boy.
Pick up our boy. I'm going to ditch Pull, and I'm going to pitch Valiant Spirit. And Julius is mine. I am opposed, so his reaction does go off. And
Yeah, what are you going to name? I made this work, by the way.
you made this work?
I made it work.
All right. All right.
What trait you picking?
I'm tempted to pick Revelry, but
I am a Castile dueling deck, and I don't have Prima Rosa.
okay.
Prima Rosa's not in
yeah,
here. Giving you some game info.
Yeah, let's do Flourish.
You're probably safest with that. That's one. That's not a flourish.
Nope.
No flourish.
No Flourish. Rough, but I'm gonna look at your hand anyway.
Oh yeah, look at those.
Improvising. Oh, don't like that. And Unsanctioned Duel. Don't like that either. So it goes. So it goes. Alright, that is my action.
All right. Well, if that's how it's going, I'm gonna play improvising,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go get Defending Honor,
Oh,
and we're gonna play Defending Honor out of your discard pile, and I'm gonna pitch. I'm gonna pitch You Cheated to pay for it. I want to use You Cheated. It's a good inclusion in this deck. I think it's just this matchup isn't ideal for it.
Yeah.
So, target enemy character, that's Odette, issues a combat challenge to one of your characters opposing them. So
Boink.
Odette's going to send one threat to me.
Sure is.
And then that'll go to, I believe this gets sunk after we do that. Yeah, so we sink your card. Go ahead and sink it, you get it back. And my improvising goes to the locker. So, oh man, very scary. Look what you sent to me.
Are you going to accept the duel?
I do.
What if
And I play Gallegos Blade to block 1, send 4.
Oh.
Now, you can just not play a combat card and take 2 damage if you want.
I could. That's probably the smart move. Yeah, I'm just going to eat 2.
Eat 2.
I'm just going to eat 2. Because even if I manage to put Lucas down, you're just going to get a new, more dangerous Lucas.
I hope.
Yeah. Okay, so my action, Henri is going to move up.
Amazing.
It is. It truly is.
All right. We're going to go ahead and issue a combat challenge to Odette. So I've got
Alright.
2 coming at Odette.
All right, Henri
Let's move
jumps
them
in
out
the way.
Oh, Henri's jumping in the way. All right.
Henri's jumping in the way.
And I need to put some moons up here real quick.
Julius is just going to chill over here.
Henri, we're fighting Henri now.
All right, Henri accepts. Odette's reaction is only adjacent round. So I will use my first of 3 gambles. Come hither or fraternity. Do I want to 3-2 or 2-3?
Do the 2-3, yeah.
Yeah. Bonk bonk.
Let's see a gamble.
Galamble.
So we're talking about Unfortunate and Bleed Out. It's actually the same result. The difference is that Unfortunate goes on you and lowers your gambles.
Yeah.
So we'll do that one. I'm going to riposte 1. Thrust 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Ooch.
And then I'm going to go ahead and equip this to you because it says Forced. When your round ends, equip this card to the adversary from your dueling line. So you now have -1, and I've got 2 wounds on Lucas.
2 boo-boos.
2 boo-boos.
All right. Second and final gamble with Unfortunate. Let's actually duel or Bleed Out. I don't want to hurt that much, so I'm going to do Unsanctioned Duel.
Yep. So riposte 1, parry 1, and then you're going to thrust 1.
Yep.
So there's only 2 in front of me right now.
Ouch, ouch.
You're out of gambles. So I don't love doing this. I actually hate doing it, but it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna play Relentless.
Ooh.
From hand. So I'm gonna riposte 1, thrust 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now I'm gonna die because I've taken a 3rd wound. So Forced after Lucas Martinez. Forced after this card is sent to the locker. Muster Lucas Martinez damned at that location from the locker.
Okay.
And we're not fighting him anymore. You got to deal with your 4th threat. These are your adversary is now dead and absent.
Unfortunately, nothing in my hand can save Henri, so Henri's toast. I'm gonna be real sad that gamble was denied me.
That was big.
That was huge. I wish I could see what I would gamble, but I suppose the next one will show me.
I'm really liking Unfortunate.
Yeah.
When that comes out. Oh, especially with the matchup here.
And if Julius had managed to wound you, that would have gone differently.
Yeah.
Once again, poor choice of Julius traits.
How many did I actually have? I had... You cheated. You know, I didn't actually have that many Flourish. It would normally be better to pick the Flourish. I actually don't think I had it that time. I wasn't even looking.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was my action. Now it's yours.
Oh, well, I'm going to feel sad.
And by the way, Luke, this version of Lucas dies at the beginning of Dawn. So I don't have him
That's
eternally.
true. That's true. All right, I'm going to pass because I have a sneaking suspicion I know what Celine's going to do. Oh,
Lucas
is going to do.
Challenges. So, Odette, here's 3 threat.
All right, Julius jumps in the way.
He intervenes.
All right, Julius has 3 gambles. So let's see what I would have gotten. Oops, sorry for the chat.
I probably should have moved Celine up first. That would have been smarter.
Eh.
Because then I could reduce your gambles.
Yeah. So Masterwork Rapier. Bounce. So 3, and he takes 1.
I'm going to use my only gamble that I have. I am not a scoundrel, but I could totally use that. The Cat's Glass is nice, but I think the answer is to do this, get the free gamble with the +1 riposte. All right, now we're talking. I ended up with that same RPT. So we're going to... Oh, I'm a pirate. I'm going to use the pirate maneuver. I do have more combat than you. I have more combat than you can... Oh, I can't use the maneuver.
Can't use the maneuver.
I keep thinking it's broken time. Thank you for that. We're riposte 3. Parry nothing, thrust 2. It's that little distinction between that and broken time.
Okay.
And then this gets sunk, because all gamble cards get sunk. So there's 5.
Okay. Oh, this ain't good. All right, second gamble. Oh, okay. He can use the quick reflexes, or I could just
Parry out.
parry out. Let's just parry out.
Parry out.
Let's
Lose
just
3.
parry out. And Julius is at
3.
3. Ow.
But alive.
Alive. Quick reflexes goes away. Ouch. Ooch, oof, ooch. My bones. All my guys are dying to these dirty pirates.
All right. So now it's your turn.
I'm going to pass.
All right, so I've got actually a tough decision here. I could walk Celine up here and just issue my challenge for combat. But I think there's actually like a good chance right now. How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in hand.
All right, so out of those, how many could be 2 parry outs? I think you've got an option for 1 parry out because your 3 parry out, which is Tower of the Fallen Musketeer, is right there.
Yep.
Which means the likelihood that you have anything that parries out too is kind of low because you could potentially play Hidden Corridors, which block 1, you still die.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of me wants to just take this location and take this 3 renown and be up on that much material on you. The other part of me says issue the challenge because the renown will stay because you haven't claimed it. So I'm going to go ahead and issue this challenge.
All right.
And see what you've got. I've got 4.
And you reaction moved up?
Nope, sorry. I move up.
Okay.
I'm getting too excited.
All
Your
right.
action.
I'm going to use Midnight Shipment. Boink.
Oh, you did that. I'm going to use Midnight Shipment.
Oh, you're Midnight Shipment
too! Okay, so that's why I wasn't worried about that.
All right.
Here we are. We both have Midnight Shipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, it costs 0. I forgot to return the risk. That would have put the improvising back in my hand if I was playing better. Reaction after Lucas Musters, put risk from the locker into your hand. I could have put that in. That's too bad. Missed trigger. Got to learn that. I like Lucas. I think he's got a good combat bite if he dies.
I will pitch Dame of Swords to Concealed Flintlock on Odette. I could do it as a combat card, but I feel like I'm going to need that block, right out the gate.
Issue challenge.
All right.
You've given me confidence by playing that Concealed Flintlock. All right.
Yeah. Got to accept, unfortunately. All right, let's see. None of this is... Okay, well,
there you
Gala
go.
Deeds. Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to riposte 1, parry 2, thrust 2, which means you take 1.
Or do I with the technique?
Okay. I'm not. I'm taking a wound. Go ahead and take your boo-boo.
Oh,
The technique says that I can suffer a wound.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I need you to take as many wounds as possible.
this is true.
We're gonna go ahead and do our first of 2 gambles here. Most you can do to me is 1. So we're just gonna ride with that, I think. Yeah. Relentless, we're gonna riposte 1, thrust 3. Which means I'm going to end up taking 1. So I actually have 2 health left. So it's a little dangerous for me right now.
I just realized I should have moved to the middle and then just grabbed Kellen Eldine.
Oh, yeah. That could have built a defense for you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, second gamble. She's not a duelist.
Don't tell me you got Broken Time.
No. I got Master of the Valkyrie style, so I'm going to die.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
All right, good game.
Good game.
Lucas saves the day.
Lucas saves the day.
Lucas was.
I should have moved here, pitched my entire hand, grabbed Kelda and Aldehyde.
Mm-hmm. At that point, I would have popped my reaction, come over here, and taken my 3.
Yeah.
Which I mean, still, you denied me killing Odette.
All right.
But there we go. We got 3 games in. Look, we're playing so much faster.
We're playing really blazingly fast.
I also don't think we're explaining as much about what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I think people still understand. So that was 3 games there. So I think we'll call it a night at that.
Yeah.
This was a neat deck, Tom. I'm gonna actually play more of it. But actually, tell you what. Here's what we'll do. Do you want to start playing different factions other than Montaigne?
Yeah, I would love to.
I'm going to keep piloting Castile. What do you want to pilot?
I think I want to do a Violence Vodacce.
Violence Vodacce. All right.
Violence Vodacce, because so much current meta is renown-focused Vodacce and control-focused Vodacce. I feel like, servo dunks need some love.
Yeah, we want to include some more Vodacce duelist cards. It's just a little challenging right now because we can't afford to make servo much better with the servo bomb. Props to Nick for just making that a very nasty thing to fight against. Lucas is great first turn with Until Morale improves, and Relentless second turn filling the ranks.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
That's really funny because now you've lost him.
That.
You throw him into the fray, get him into 2 fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas. If I was running Madre, I wouldn't have had as much success there. I don't think. But Lucas pulled through for me.
Oh, you swapped out Madre for
Madre
Lucas?
left. Lucas came in because I said to myself, I want to see what another 3 influence option looks like because Madre, against your deck in particular, kept melting.
Yeah, because Lucas is 3 influence.
And like to be fair, I'm missing elements of Madre where Madre could help heal Celine. I also don't think I'm playing Castilian Caper the very best way. I'm just not capitalizing on the Scoundrel action. I'm just looking for that speed. I'm trying to get out to the city to get a really good item with Celine to push them to the next level. But that might not actually be the best way to play it. It might be better if I'm more focused on getting more characters and maybe like dropping a Midnight Shipment when I would drop a Caper. Caper might be a better like day 2 or day 3. That remains to be seen. I'm recognizing the game just didn't go long enough. All 3 of our games ended day 2.
Yeah.
All of them assassination too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very very bloody. But Torvo and Lorenzo are 2
Which
characters.
was the goal.
Yeah. No. We definitely chewed each other up. Torvo and Lorenzo are great support pieces to have out when you have Caper out, especially Lorenzo. So I do want to see more of that. But I think Maya might have been the better grab for hunting. Torvo is just not a good fit against you because Torvo is city action, target an opposing character with 2 combat or more, and they issue a combat challenge to Torvo. I can't do that to Odette. I mean, I could do it to Horatio, but no thanks, because Horatio will always take that fight. And Horatio was out pretty much every time, except when you grabbed... This last game, you didn't have Horatio. You got Henri and Leontine.
Yeah,
So-
I wanted to go Musketeer mode because I knew that I would need to do those interventions.
Yeah. So these guys just aren't my
But they all
grab.
died.
They aren't my grab against that matchup.
The only person I can think of that Torvo would do that in this approach
Yeah.
deck would be Angos.
I would definitely... Are you going to build a Vidachi dueling deck for next time? Next week?
Yeah.
All right. Build that. I'm going to let chat pick what else I'm going to build. Because we'll play one game of this. I actually want to use this against your Diplomat deck and see how it performs against the pure pacifism.
Sure.
Provided Tom approves Lucas coming in over Madre. I was having more success with that, but maybe I'm just being smooth-brained. What does chat want me to play as a second deck? Any Eisen desires? Shadow says yes, Servo Bomb. So I assume
Yes,
you're going to be building Servo Bomb into that deck anyway, because there's no way you're not doing that. I'm thinking I might do Eisen, but I'm going to let chat pick which way I go, whether it's combat or it's going to be more pacifist.
Is it possible to build a pacifist Eisen deck?
Oh yeah, that's actually what Palmer was running. Palmer was all control. I used tools like Rosine to engage opposing characters, and it was really potent against Asura. It's a tough matchup. I think there's a really good game of Tom and Palmer playing online. Bacon needs Bastion in his deck. He would have been clutch in a lot of plays. How do you feel about Bastion? I like Bastion a lot.
I like Bastion a lot. I don't know who to give up for Bastion. Because... Front of mouthful. Like, Horatio turn 1 hunting people down is fantastic. Against a less mobile faction, I feel like Horatio would have done more work. He still did a lot of work.
Yeah, no, Horatio changes the landscape under which I must operate, because if Horatio comes out to play day 1, I'm put in a position where I'm going to have to double commit my characters just to make sure you're not going to get that +2 thrust, unless I'm straight up denying the duel. It's kind of the same thing that happens with Vidachi Dominance day 1. When you know that your opponent has pulled out Elsie either during setup with the Dom or revealed Elsie when they play Plans Within Plans, you know that it's on the table for them to go the route of day 1 dominance. You have to double up on a location.
So just so the chat can see what I'm rocking here. And all of this was in the discussion between me and Tom that I posted on the Mountain chat. Not everyone is as on it as I am. So Who would I lose? Because I counted it out, like I have like 9 or 10 cards that benefit from Angos
Because they're 2 cost.
because they're 2 cost.
Yeah, let me see your deck real quick. We can just chat decks for a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
and feel free to move things.
yeah. So you got Come Hithers, you've got Valiant Spirits, just anything 2 cost really. Legendary Reputation. These are nice sleeves too. They feel much better than my cheap sleeves. Cavalier. Playing Valiant Spirit with it is just spicy. So just 1 legendary, or did I miss one?
I should have
There should be
second.
2. I probably
Should
just
be
missed
2.
it. Just looking for anything with 2 costs. I was really excited to see you use Heroic Intervention earlier.
Yeah, that Tom can take credit for that. A single heroic intervention is
Yeah, I think Heroic Intervention is one of the best cards to come out. We play tested it at 2 cost for a while, and it was just really prohibitive to play. But
yeah, because it has that engagement cost as well. The thing about and again, I'm parroting Tom. Having Odette pulled away and then doing something else
yeah,
baits my opponent to swing on Odette and potentially overcommit. And then someone comes screaming in with a heroic intervention. And heroic intervention can be anyone, including Horatio. So it's an extra way for Horatio to cover for Odette.
yeah. It's also good if you've already used Odette's city action to move an adjacent duelist.
Yep.
If you've already burned that, you're not worried about not having a defender if Odette gets pulled away with pull, Come Hither, taunt, any of those movement cards.
Yeah.
Jacinto.
Yeah,
anything,
Jacinto also changes the landscape of the day.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of something I want to do is actually include more 2 cost cards, because I think they can be really exciting, explosive cards. Yeah. But you've got kind of the core 8 here. That
so 8 cards that Angos, and I have plenty of equipment to paper it with.
Yeah, and you of course want Cavalier Hat's going to be good for Henri and Horatio to drop on. Valiant's obviously great for everybody, and Come Hither's a banger.
Yeah, so I was really considering Stranahan, but that kind of went against the principle, because I considered having Stranahan and like 2 instances of not Tend the Wounded. It's a 004 heal a dude for 1. Triage. So Triage just sends big threat. Matchlock Musket sends big threat. Stranahan says even Angos can suddenly throw down 4 or 5 threat lethal.
Yeah.
And I really considered that, and then I realized, wait a minute, I have Heroic End. That's kind of redundant.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have leaned into it harder.
Well, yeah, it's tough because so many of your musketeers just have such high finesse they can do those sustained duels. So Heroic End, while being I think a really cute card, I don't know how solid of an include it is. I think it's actually great for Angos when somebody dare fight him.
And mostly I have that for making normally pacifist mercenaries like Jacinto, like Kaj, and suddenly making them explosively dangerous for 1 round of combat. But I don't know if I want 2 of them, because
you have to die to use Heroic End.
You have to die.
You're obligated to die.
So at most I'm using it once per round, if worst comes to worst. So I may bring that down from 2 to 1 and put in another Matchlock.
Yeah, Matchlock is going to be a really nice hunting tool. Do you have 2 main gouches in here?
I do.
Okay,
I have 2 main gouches, 2 swords, 2 masterwork rapiers, hat card, a Dame of Swords.
Yeah.
There's a lot of equipment in there that Angos can take advantage of, and Horatio's just a monster. Leontine is the only source. You know what? No, I need pull. Yeah, I need Leontine for pull.
It's funny.
I didn't have the opportunity to use it again because the only opportunity I had for pull, and during our last game when I had our sorcerer Strega friend
Maxime?
Maxine.
Yeah.
Or not Maxine.
You're thinking of Ravenna Destine.
Ravenna. So I had Ravenna. I could pull Celine over, but what would be the point?
Yeah, because she could just move back. I mean, there's something to be said about making me burn that ability.
Yeah.
I think that I think pull is kind of a hard include in a Montaigne deck unless you're running both the Sorciers, but that's really going to change when we get into Angeline as a new leader for Montaigne, because Angeline's a sorcerer.
Yes.
Angeline can use Porte.
Yep.
So Angeline, your leader, can pull anybody. And actually, what's really scary at the end of this is Badachi is getting a sorcerer leader. Daniela Dietrich is the leader of Eisen. That's a sorcerer leader. Yevgeny's already a sorcerer leader. Angeline is going to be a sorcerer leader. So we're going to see 4 out of the 10 leaders be sorcerer leaders who can play pull. And that just scares me. That scares me a lot. Because that's just...
Sanjay says, screw magic.
Yeah. Sanjay's going to have his own tools. He's actually... We just put together the Castile batch, and they're going to be in testing. And our goal, actually, for anybody still on, our goal is to do public play testing for the next expansion, starting either at the end of November or the beginning of December. So all those cards will be in layout, and they'll be available for you to print off and play at home. Let's see what Chaz says here. Yeah, triage. Actually, Tom, I think there might be some value in seeing triage enter your deck. There's no riposte and parry on it, which is scary, but just being in a position where you could heal a scoundrel, which is a huge amount of your cards, actually less so for yours. Yeah, because Torvo could heal, Celine could heal, Lorenzo could heal. It's actually not that great, but...
I mean, the fact that it can heal Celine is pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, Celine's fragile, but they're really good.
But then again, it is kind of redundant with Siesta.
Doji says, never liked Heroic End and Musketeers, great in Diplomats. Diplomat Heroic End, I think, is actually something that has value being included. There's just something about the trade. Like, if I'm going to lose my guy, I might as well trade it.
I'm not mad about that. So, yeah, I think I'm going to swap out the Heroic Ends for something a little bit more meaningful. Who knows? I may put in those Matchlock muskets just for more Angos fodder.
Well, it's Angos fodder, and it's a tool that you can actually use to inflict damage if you're running a deck like this. And this is actually Tom S's deck that he does for Eisen is based on the idea of sending challenges, and once they refuse the challenges, most characters have 4 resolve.
Yeah.
So most combat that you're going to issue between Henri and Jean and Horatio is going to be 3 combat challenges. If they refuse, they have 3 out of 4 wounds. Matchlock Musket picks off the last wound.
Yeah. So I may make that rotation. But yeah, who to pick, who to replace here for Bastion or Stranahan is a really tough choice. Like, I need Jean.
I don't know. I think
I need Leontine.
Here's the thing: Jean is going to help you ramp. Like I say, he's going to help you if you've ramped, because he's only going to benefit these 2 characters. Because the whole point of Jean is he's going to give Henri and Leontine the extra riposte technique.
Let me also introduce Fraternity. He gives that to any, like, he can give it to Odette with Fraternity.
Let me see here. I mean, you could play it from hand and then give it to them. When an ability is announced, when an ability is announced, your character gains Musketeer. So you could say, I'm using Technique. Actually, I don't know if... Oh, man, that's such a funky interaction.
Yeah, so it you do it as soon as the challenge is announced.
Oh, gains until the action... Oh, okay, until the action resolves. That's when you do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then Jean benefits anybody. Benefits a mercenary. Benefits Horatio. Benefits Angos. Benefits Odette. Benefits a mercenary.
Yep. Good point. Because her either post is nice. That just strikes me as a bit of a one-trick pony there, because you've got to get Jean, have that in hand, and then you're going to do it, versus having the revolving door that is Bastion.
Yeah, having the revolving door that is Bastion is really big. The big reason why I want Jean is this deck is made to do a lot of fights. And because it's a technique, it is benefited from every single fight.
Yeah, for sure. There's something to be said about that.
Then again, I do see what you're saying.
and you got to muster mate. You've either got a Reputation Merite Anghos or play him day 2 to get the use out of these 8 cards.
Yeah.
Because you're actually kind of stuck doing that, and you're kind of playing the long game because your point is to have this to reduce the cost of these, and you want to do that into day 3. So it depends on how violent you're trying to be. Anghos might actually slow your deck down a bit. Because
you know what, I think
you need him,
right.
you need him out in order to benefit from these, which is actually, I think it works really well for diplomats because diplomats fight for that long game to win by economic victory, and therefore Anghos makes sense because of course I'm going to be playing it until day 3. So mustering him day 2 or even day 1 through Reputation Merite makes sense. I'm going to get the full use out of these cards. But if your goal is murder, if your goal is bury people, then it might not actually be all that beneficial to have Anghos when you could instead be playing Henri, who gets you to your victory condition. When you could instead play Jean to give your musketeers more opposed to help you get to your victory condition. So this was the intention. It's a really cute way to see these 2-cost cards get played, but I don't know if it's that helpful with your goal. We are ending day 2. All 3 of our games today ended day 2.
That's also very true.
So that's also worth considering.
Yeah.
I don't know if chat's saying anything. Let's see. Oh, we got some messages here. Definitely consideration. Couldn't find a spot for it. Try force. Yeah, I think a second unfortunate. I mean, I had a lot of fun using it today, Tom. I had fun using unfortunate, but it doesn't necessarily mean you need to. I've had a lot of trouble making it work in the past, but it worked nicely when I could throw Lucas Martinez to the wind with Wild Abandon. And Madre played it on a suicide. For Anghos, you do have a lot of 2 costs, but if your games are ending on day 2, Anghos is max giving +2 cards if you recruited him day 1 and used a 2 cost each day. That's funny because that's kind of the thing I was saying.
Yeah.
Doji says Jean is great with Bastion. Jean challenges +1 thrust. Bastion defends with gambles and +1 riposte.
Yeah.
Then Tom says agree with Carl. Also, the 2 cost are probably worth still including with the intention that you would probably play 1 and use the rest as money.
Yeah.
So
I think that I think I'm
out.
going to replace Anghos with Bastion, even though Bastion has an absolutely anemic resolve of 3.
Yeah, but he's the revolving door.
He's
gonna
the
be
revolving door.
I think that one of the best things to do, one of my favorite things ever, is to get Bastion with, and this is a Voltron here. You put the Cavalier hat on him, and you give him a breastplate. Bastion has a technique. If he wasn't wounded,
then
wound the adversary. If you take 1 hit with the breastplate, you block it, and then you do your wound. With the Cavalier hat, he can issue a 5 finesse challenge because he's a 2-4-1.
Yeah, he's a 2-4-1.
3-2-4-1.
Really sick.
So 4 finesse, he can come in with kicking 5, which is crazy to set up. And if you can get Bastion with the Cavalier hat, you can just move him up to a location and just sit. Because anybody who walks in is taking a 5 threat finesse challenge. And that's just no good.
That's no bueno.
That's very scary for me to deal with. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We're going to wrap up. We'll have some decks for next week. Thanks for joining us.
So thank you all. Take it easy.